Hello peeps, this is the Hillbilly Halfwit, and I hope you don't mind me doing this, and this is going to be a quick one because my iPad is nearly flat, but this needs to get out there so people can have a look at it, especially in the farming community. Now, what is happening in Wales on Tuesday, the Agricultural Minister is bringing forward a motion that if it gets voted through by Plaid Cymru, because Plaid Cymru will, if they vote with the Labour government, it'll mean that the current BPS system can be dropped down to 80% to 50% to 20% and phased out completely. But if Plaid Cymru do not vote with the government on Tuesday in the Senedd, it means that the BPS system will have to stay at 100% of what it is now and can't be removed. So that means that if the SFS scheme starts up this year, so 2026, nobody has to move to it because they can still stay in the BPS scheme. Now, this is a lawful vote. Now, this has been going around on Facebook, and some people have been saying this is false, but it is not false. So I asked ChatGPT a question about this, and I've got the whole lot here. So if you don't mind listening to this, here's the straight, no-nonsense breakdown of what's actually happening with Tuesday's Senedd motion. Because a lot of farmers are panicking tonight, and understandably so. So the short answer is yes, the motion is real, and it would legally allow BPS and YFF to be reduced to zero by 2028. So the scheme is starting in 2026, the new SFS scheme, but the BPS scheme is the one we got now, and it works perfectly well. But it does not automatically abolish the BPS on Tuesday. It gives the Welsh Government legal power to reduce BPS to 0% by 2028. Opposition parties can still vote this down. This is a legislative step, not the final cut, but it absolutely opens the door for the cuts to happen. What the motion actually does. The Deputy First Minister, who is also the Rural Affairs Minister right now, has tabled the annual Wales CAP Basic Legislation Amendment, which includes 1. A legal mechanism to reduce BPS from 100% of what it is now to 0% by 2028. This is the part farmers are outraged about. It gives government ministers in Wales the legal authority to wipe out the remaining BPS over the next few years. 2. Young farmers' future payments are included. These sit under the same budget legislative structure. If the mechanism passes, they can legally be phased out too. 3. It requires cross-party support to pass. Labour does not have enough votes alone. Plaid and Lib Dems and possibly Conservatives would need to support it for it to pass. 4. It is legally binding. Unlike previous years where peering and political deals hid the impact, this year's vote is the one that sets the legal direction of the BPS scheme and the SFS scheme. If it passes, the Welsh Government can legally reduce BPS to zero during the transition to SFS. Why this is such a massive deal for farmers in Wales? Because the new Sustainable Farming Scheme starts in January 2025 and still has no full detail. Yet in this motion, remove the old BPS protections, remove young farmers' top-ups, lock Wales into the new SFS payment structure, do so before the SFS is finalised or proven workable, and do so while the Senedd is still arguing over the tree cover percentages in the habitat rules in the new scheme. This is why farming unions and young farmers groups are sounding the alarm. The real danger. If this motion passes, the Welsh Government can legally say the system we have now, which is BPS in Wales, will be 80% next year, then 40%, and then 0% by 2028. No further Senedd approval is needed after this vote on Tuesday. No extra votes, no chance for farmers to stop it later. This is a one moment in the process where it can be stopped. Plaid Cymru, if they vote with the Labour Party on Tuesday, will mean this goes through. If they want to stop it, it should help all the farmers in Wales, they would vote against it. So we'll see what's in them on Tuesday. So what happens Tuesday? Labour will vote yes. Conservatives will almost certainly vote no. The deciding votes will be Plaid Cymru and one Welsh Lib Democrat. If Plaid backs Labour, it goes through. If Plaid votes against it, it dies. And we keep the current BPS system. Why farmers are right to be angry. This motion is happening 30 days before the SFS scheme starts, the new scheme which hasn't even been sorted out yet, without the final detailed rule book, without proper impact assessments, during the biggest cost of living pressure on farms in decades, during a crisis in hill farming profitability, with young farmers struggling to start a business. And it risks cutting family farm income, collapsing upland sheep sectors, driving more young people out of farming and hurting rural Welsh communities. All for a scheme that is not ready, not workable, and currently rejected by the vast majority of consultation reports. The bottom line is, yes, the message going around the young farmers groups is based on fact. Tuesday's vote is a moment where BPS and the young farmer payment can legally be reduced to zero by 2028. And once the legal power is granted, it cannot be reversed without another Senedd battle. This is not a drill. So people, this is going to be a short video, but if you're a farmer in Wales and you know people who are Plaid Cymru, you better get them to get in touch with their Plaid Cymru MP now and tell them not to vote for this on Tuesday. Because if they vote with Labour on Tuesday, they are basically going to force everybody into the new SFS scheme, even when nobody knows how much money they're going to have and they don't know the rules. So please comment, rate and subscribe and hype if it's down there. And I'm only doing this to help you all out, people. I'm genuinely think if this goes through on Tuesday, they've tried to do it on the quiet. We need to get this in the media as fast as possible. All the best, Gaz.